Hello and welcome to Burning Questions. July 13, we've got a big panel here. We've got a big show lined up. We're going across 2 states. We're going to Kilmore in Victoria and we're going to Albion Park in Queensland. And let's introduce our first guest, a Queensland form guru, I'm calling him, pro punter, all-round nice guy, Ryan Spice. Welcome to Burning Questions. And how's it feel to make your debut on the program?
Yeah, Top, thanks for having me on the Andy Gath show. So, yeah, delighted to make my debut.
Oh, he's clipped me straight off. Not bad. Andy Gath couldn't be bothered today. He's taken horses to Gisborne, Ballarat, all over the joint. But we've brought in a good panel. We'll go to another man that is in Queensland at the moment. And he was at Redcliffe today. Fair to say you saw a bit of that track today, Miles. How you going?
Yeah, I think I was in the last of it too. Our filly... She didn't enjoy the trip up there much. She pulled up a bit crook, but we got to run around the triangle, which was very interesting to say the least. It was my first visit there, and the hospitality was good. Let's put it that way. Yeah,
out on the outside fence there.
Yeah, well, that was always to be going to happen, but she performed well below par.
Yeah, and Nathan Jackson, our other guest, I've already had 2 clips. You're going to give me another one, Nate?
No, I'll stick solid, mate.
Thanks, mate. He's been at me about my cheapo headphones. Let's hope they get through the show. Let's get stuck into it. We've got 5 questions and a best bet to come. We will start with the first. I'm also read out our sponsors, which is Velvo Fruits. Velvo Fruits grow top quality table grapes on the farms and are working very closely together with Premier Farms Australia. These table grapes are delivered to customers all over the world. Remember, everyone, eating grapes is good for you, and it's customary we ask our new guests, Ryan, what their favourite fruit is before we go to the first question. You strike me as a man that doesn't mind a few crushed grapes, as David Miles would call them.
I'm a bit of a banana man myself.
Okay, there you go. Not bad. Let's find out your opinion here. The first question, will Dixon's champ continue his rise to fame in a classic Sunshine Sprint, or will we see the bubble burst? Of course, we're talking about leap to fame. Does he win, Ryan, or can you see him getting beaten?
Yeah, I think he does. He's taking it all before him, this horse. You know, he's got the nickname of Freak of the Creek. What he's done this time in, the boy has become a man. He won 3 derbies last time round, and I'm a little bit surprised to see him in the Sunshine Sprint. I thought this might be the one feature that he does miss. I thought if he drew 1 or 8, he could be in strife, but since he's drawn where he can stay out of trouble, he'll work forward, he'll get to the breeze. And yeah, I'm firmly in his corner.
Okay, it's a yes from you. We'll go to you, Milesy. I rang Grant Dixon to actually appear on the show this week, and he told me no. He said maybe next week. So is that it? Can we take any lead out of that? Is he worried about his chances in the Sunshine Sprint, or should he be?
I reckon you probably have more chance of getting Darryl Douglas on here than Grant Dixon. He keeps it to himself, Grant, but he's going to have to do some media in the next couple of years with this horse. He is a freak. Saturday night I was in that race, and I actually threw about 100 metres. Went, have these guys mistaken the laps? Because at the top of the straight with a lap to go, everything was off the bridle except him, and it was scary how good he was. It is. I'm with Ryan. I was surprised he was in the race because it's probably the only race where he could be slightly vulnerable, especially if Pete McMullen wants to leave him 3 deep the entire with Black Sedans. But I still think he wins.
That's 2 green ticks. Nathan, does he simply win the Sunshine Sprint? It's a good race, though. He won't find the fence, will he, either? Does he win?
I think he'll win, but I'm in agreement with everyone else. I think sort of this week, if there is a week he's going to be vulnerable, it'll be this week. I think Grimo holds the key. I think Mac Dan's probably going to be the smoky, going to get a good trip on the fence. But yeah, I was surprised that he ran, but no one knows him better than Grant. And I sort of was more in awe of him at Redcliffe for what he done there. Like, I give him absolutely no hope at Redcliffe in the run, and he just smashed him. And then so that the other night didn't surprise me. But to be honest with you, I think he's the best horse I've seen in the flesh.
Wow, ever?
Yeah.
Wow, that's big call. Well, while we're on leap to fame, because I know everyone's interested in him, back to you, Ryan. Where does he stand for you? Is he at the level Nathan's talking about?
Oh, absolutely. He's the best staying commodity I've seen since Black's a Fake, without a doubt.
Milesy?
Yeah, he's got to be spoken about in those horses. El Sue at his peak, Lazarus at his peak, and Black's a fake. Yeah, I think the next couple of weeks could rocket him to being the best horse we've seen since Popular Aim. I always put Poppy as the best I've seen, but yeah, I think if he does what he's going to do for the rest of the year, he's right up there.
Yeah, wow, big call. And does he win? Does he simply win the Eureka? Are we all thumbs up there?
Yep.
I think so. The track plays in his favour because he doesn't have to burn off the arm. He's going to be within 3 lengths of him, and he'll just be too strong on that big track.
Yeah, great stuff. Second of our burning questions brought to us by Sulky app. Combining the power of results and horse sectionals with Sulky app, you now have access to gate speed, swooper, ability and behaviour ratings. Never miss a trainer, driver or gear change again. Sulky app is a form guide revolution. We might go to you, Nathan. Will Emma and Clayton's trip north strike Group 1 glory in the Golden Girl, or is this a task too tough? They've got 2 runners, Soho Historia, drawn barrier 3, and Amore Vita, barrier 10. There's a few horses ahead of them in the market, though.
Yeah, there is. I don't know much about the one horse, Manhattan, but I think Clayton and Emma's 2 of the best 2 fillies in the race. But if the one horse happen to hold up, then Bravey Kelly's going to be hard to beat. She's a great mare as well, but I've got a lot of time for Amore Vita. I just think she's just so strong and she's fast as well. But she can probably more make her own luck more so than Soho Historia. But yeah, I think I'd probably be in Amore Vita's corner.
David?
I totally agree. I think Amore Vita's going to get a great run through on the back of Fairy Tinkerbell, who's a really quick beginner. Soho Historia might find the top, and Amore Vita might have to sit outside her. Soho Historia will be no pushover. But I agree, if Manhattan does happen to hold Fairy Tinkerbell, Braveview Kelly is the one. So it's a little bit, it's probably a good betting race, to be honest. But I'd lean towards Amore Vita.
Yeah, okay. Amore Vita, Ryan, at $5. Same as Uptown Beach Girl, Manhattan, $3.40 on the favourite, Braveview Kelly, $2.70. Which way would you go if I gave you $100?
I'd plonk it all on the nose of Braveview Kelly. I'm firmly in her corner this week. I'm really confident Manhattan can hold up at the start. Fairy Tinkerbell, while she's an excellent gate speed mare, drawn beside, I think the New Zealand mare can do enough to hold up. Braveview Kelly's going to be able to smoke the pipe, and she's the one for me.
Okay, good push. If you gave me 100, Nathan, I'd back $1.10 shot and go get a $110 set of new iPod ear things. Get rid of these ones. Let's move on to the next question. Prize Easy Feed stand as a proud supporter of the harness racing industry with their set recipes and quality ingredients to give the trainer confidence in what they're feeding. So make the switch to Prides and start getting the result you've been chasing. Who packs their bat and ball for the Eureka after this weekend's the Hayden, and can they be competitive on that one day in September? Brian, you know a lot about this race. I don't know so much about it, but basically the winner will obviously win the race on Saturday night, but then head to the Eureka in early September and be Queensland's runner in the race. It's a 2-pronged question. Who wins the race? And is there any chance they can measure up against the likes of Leap to Fame, Captain Ravishing, Catch a Wave and co in a couple of months' time?
Yeah, I think it's a dead set match race between Captain Shuffles and Speak the Truth. They both had quite wildly different preps. This has been Captain Shuffle's target race the whole way through. He's a real brilliant type and perhaps better suited at the mile. He'll definitely be in front after they've gone 300 to 400 metres. From there, Speak the Truth will get up outside him, and I think he'll really put the acid to him from the bell, turn it into a real strong staying contest. Speak the Truth bounce through the Queensland Sun and the Rising Sun. He's had 2 really big gut busters, but he's just bounced through them. He continues to get better and better. I think he's the best stayer, and I think he can prevail and go on and represent Queensland in the Eureka. At the Eureka, I think he can measure up and run top 5. I think, though, Leap to Fame and Catch a Wave are probably the 2 that are going to dominate that race, though.
Yeah, great wrap. Thanks, mate. David, you would have liked the wording of this question. I've got bat and ball in there, one day in September. That's got J-Bomb covered in terms of creative ability, in terms of the writing of that question.
Trying to compete with the J-Bomb top, there's serious mental worries about you, to be honest. You'll lose that every day of the week. Speak the truth, his last 2 runs up here have been absolutely off the charts, and he has had gut busters, and I think because of that, I was leaning towards Captain Shuffles, and he's probably got the most informed reinsman in Queensland, if not Australia, and Nathan Dawson on board, who is he'd ride a rocking horse to win at the moment. So I'm going to lead towards Captain Shuffles.
Okay, Captain Shuffles 250. Speak the truth, $1.90. Nathan, is it one of those two, or are you looking outside the box a little bit?
I'm going to speak the truth. I obviously didn't pay much attention to his run last week because I was, like everyone else, probably watching Leap to Fame. But the run the week before was just huge, what he done. So I think, like Ryan said, he'll probably find his way around to the breeze and try and bully him. But yeah, if he hasn't took any ill effect of his last 2 runs, I think he'll win.
Let's look at Kilmore, and the question is, has Nathan pulled the right rein by siding with Jeff in Poppy's sprint, and who looms as his biggest threats? Nathan Jack is driving. Hi, my name is Jeff, second up from a spell, while James Herbertson is down to drive lineup. First up from a break, Nathan, talk us through the race. It's an interesting one. You haven't got the favourite. Of course, that honour goes to Better Isolate, but are you a winning chance, or either of your two a winning chance?
Yeah, I think Jeff's a winning chance if he can happen to hold the front. He's got good gate speed. He loves to lead. He loves the short trips. He wouldn't have been beat many times in front. I think sort of last week's run from the back of the field, he's never ever gone any good from out the back. So I sort of thought that was full of merit. It's a big step up, but I think like a wildfire and horses like them will be really hard to beat. But if he can just sort of get them sort of quarter and 30 at some stage, I think he'll run pretty good sectionals.
Yeah, okay. So, and you've obviously chosen to drive him over lineup. Tell us a bit about how he's going. We haven't seen him for close to a year. He's a dual derby winner from memory. He's a very good horse. I think he started favourite in a free-for-all at his last start. He ran 5th. Did he have an issue, first of all, and how's he going, and what do you expect from him?
Yeah, he did have an issue, and I actually think he might have sat outside. Hi, my name is Jeff that night at Bendigo, actually, and Jeff won. But he seems to be going quite good. I don't think he's sort of back up to his derby winning performances yet or anything like that. But he's on the way up. He's only had a couple of trials, but 3's a bit of a tricky draw for him because Gates beat him 1 and 2. But he just needs a quiet trip somewhere and hopefully be hitting the line good.
Okay, but hi, my name is Jeff. Definitely a winning chance at, I think it was double figure odds.
Yeah, I'll give him a good chance. Like I said, he's a good horse in front, and if he happens to be in front, he'll be hard to beat.
Are you happy to comment on this race, Ryan? I know you're largely Queensland based, but have you had a quick look at the popular arm sprint at Kilmore on Saturday night?
Yeah, mate, this is one race I have had a bit of a quick look at. Probably I should declare that I own a small share in Better Isolate. So, yeah, it's one race I'll be certainly watching on Saturday night. I think my horse is a few lengths below his best from what we've seen of his last couple. He's a bit one-dimensional, but I think given this race is a mile, I wouldn't be shocked if they slide forward this week to try and race a bit handier to the speed. Yeah, I think he'll be hard to beat, but he'll certainly want to bring his best.
Milesy, has Nathan pulled the right rein? Is hi, my name is Jeff, a better chance than lineup?
I'd like to know the phone call, how the phone call went when he told the owner he was driving my name is Jeff, because I probably would have heard him all the way from up here. Yeah, I think so.
He hasn't told him yet.
I wouldn't be telling him either. He might find out on this.
No, he was fine.
Fine?
Yeah.
No, he was quite good. No, he was quite understanding. I don't know how it'll be Sunday, but today he was okay.
Well, I think my name is Jeff is definitely the right choice for Nath. I think, he's at worst going to be in front and lead us back. And if he is lead us back, I'd pity the poor leader because he'll just be giving it a headache. But I think Tango Tara is going to get a really nice run through, and he is airborne. And I think if he's close enough, I just think on class he might get my name is Jeff just in the last stride. But I just thought that he was going to get a really nice run through. You've got a little bit of speed out there wide if Johnny Justice decides to go forward. And interesting if they go forward on Better Isolate, there just might be a little bit more speed early than it looks on paper. But I'd be Tango Tara definitely each way.
Okay, yeah, good little race. I wasn't sure. Yeah, I thought maybe maybe Saturday night's the time they pull the trigger and go forward on better ice sleep, given they've got a chance. But yeah, great little race there. We move on to the last of our burning questions, and we'll start with you, David Miles. What's going on? Are you back in Monagita?
I don't know if you guys can hear that, but we've got about 10 fighter jets just flying straight over the top.
Flick your camera up for us.
Not quite sure whether Putin's just invading or what. It was unbelievably loud.
Yeah, well, we can barely hear you. We know. Is that a sign that the Bombers are going to win the flag this year?
Not a chance.
Okay. We've got no room in the cabinet anyway. Let's go to the last of the questions. We'll go to you, Milesy, now that you can hear us. What is Milesy's chances of success back home and at the Creek? You've got runners in both states, Holly Stars and ARG in Victoria. I can't remember at Albion Park, but you'll get one winner up there, surely. How good are you going to go Saturday night?
Well, if I don't get one up here Saturday night, I'm going to be coming home with my tail between my legs, but that's for sure, because she's $1.05 and on paper it looks her race. So she's healthy and come through that run from last week really well, and barring mistakes or accidents in the next couple of days, she should be winning. ARG has got, I think he's got a really good little each way chance. He couldn't get into the race last week, like most of them, from out the back in that slowly run race. If we can find a spot and be within roaring distance of them, he's run the week before with Super. Holly Stars is just sort of going through the motions at the moment, and driver change this week to Mick Bellman. Just tried something different with the left hand, try and get her motivated, which is always hard to do, but at her best, she's a place chance.
Nathan, anything to add there?
Oh, no, he'll know him best, but yeah, if he gets the filly beat, he should probably retire from driving.
Yep, agree.
Put Jaden Barker back on.
T. O'Connor. Ryan, anything to add there? Mate, yeah, take it where you like, but I mean, you would think rocking with attitude, particularly wearing that hat, Milesy, she should be winning at least. Any other winners for him up there?
Yeah, rocking with attitude, just has to turn up and try to win. Take the $1.08, pop it into your multi for the weekend. The other real shorty on the card will be the other Victorian, the Lost Storm. I think he's going around about $1.20-ish. So yeah, pop them together and whack them in your multi.
Good stuff, boys. They're the questions out of the way. That's the easy stuff. Now the best bets, or however you want to take this. We might start with you, Ryan, as our debutant, our special guest. I'm confident to say you'll be looking in the home state of Queensland for your best. What do you like?
Yeah, mate, I'm going to stick with one of the feature races, the Golden Girl. I'm really confident in the map, and Braveview Kelly is a super mare. I think she'll set leaders back and down the sprint lane, and she'll get the money.
270, happy with that?
Yeah, I think it's a great price. I've marked it even money.
Okay, and you think she'll trim up too?
Yeah, I think they'll come for her. She's a wonderful mare, and she gets the perfect setup here. And the two Emma Stewart horses, they, in some ways they've got a little bit of a sticky gait. I can see Amore Vita actually getting shuffled back to about 1 out, 4 back. So, yeah, happy to be with Braveview Kelly.
Braveview Kelly for Ryan Spice. David Miles, where are you? Give us, what are you giving us? You're not giving us rocking with attitude. That's something I'd do, Nathan.
Yeah, no, we're not going to take after the Tim O'Connor tip sheet. No, I'm actually going to put Nathan under the pump. I think he'll win the last of Kilmore and Revelstoke. I think she's just starting to come into her own, and we've got to make him earn his money for coming on the show.
Well, some good judges marked her as a future Group 1 winner about 6 months before she did, Nathan. Are you tipping Revelstoke, or
well, that
are you
was
looking
my best
elsewhere?
bet of the night as well.
Really?
Yeah, I just had there's a bit of speed early. I think the stable are starting to hit their straps again. They had a bit of a quiet start to the season with not many runners. I think they're starting to hit their straps now. Just need Central Otago to do a little bit of work early, or Chris to come around and put a bit of pressure on. I think she'll be hitting the line hard.
Okay, so Revelstoke ×2. We've got Braveview Kelly. I'm going Joni N each way, race 6, number 9. I think it's an each way price. I haven't seen the markets yet, but I assume he would be off the back row in a pretty good race with a bit of gate speed against your horse, Milesy. So I think he's going really well. And of course, he brings the where's the gold form into the races, which is about as good as it gets. I can hear the sighs and all that from everyone out there, but let's move on. Thanks so much, guys. Yeah, I appreciate the everyone jumping in. I know you're all busy. I know Nathan's got trials, Miles, he's got a winery to visit, and Ryan's got winners to back. So thanks for joining it. It's been a great episode. Punt well and enjoy the races at Albion Park in Kilmore on Saturday night. The Victorian races will be at trotsvision.com.au. We'll see you next week on The Burning Questions.